Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine, and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas! Hello, Thomas! Hello, everybody! Welcome to the island of Sodor.
On the southeastern coast of the island of Sodor, just past the quaint town of Norambi, there lays a small fishing village. This is where you can usually find Arthur. Arthur is a large tank engine, who runs the line along the coast. He enjoys the salty sea air, and the crisp breeze that blows off the water. But his most favorite thing is the fish. Unlike most engines, Arthur loves working with fish, and his favorite job is when he collects fish vans and brings them to the docks. But lately, the loads of fish have been too much for Arthur to handle. And that's when the Fat Controller decided to put a plan into action to help Arthur with the workload of fish. One day, the Fat Controller came to see Arthur. He had some important news.
Good morning, Arthur. I have noticed recently that the workload has increased immensely. So I've decided to send 2 more engines to help you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Fish trains? Sir, you can't be serious. I would never pull a smelly fish train.
I think you'll find you and Casey Jr. can, and will, James. Arthur is overworked and unfortunately, you both are the only engines available.
But sir, can't you send Salty Porter or even Puffa and Little Owl to do it? They love working with fish.
I'm sorry to say this, but Salty, Puffa, Porter, and Little Owl have their own work to do at the docks.
Yes, sir.
And with that, James and Casey Jr. left for the fishing village. When they both arrived at the fishing village, they noticed Arthur shunting some trucks into the nearby sidings.
Hello there, you two. Thank you for coming to help.
Hey, anytime, Arthur.
Well, I didn't really have much of a choice anyway. What kind of smelly work do you want me to do?
Well, you can shunt.
You know, Arthur, how do you even stand this smell? It's so bad.
It's not too bad once you...
I suppose it's fine for a smelly tank engine like you. But for a bright and splendid engine like me, it's absolutely horrid.
Dude, I think you might make him mad.
Then, Arthur suddenly lost his patience.
You know what, James? If you don't want to be here, then why don't you and C Jr. take that train to the docks? That way, you're not in the way and actually doing something useful.
And with that, Arthur puffed crossly away, leaving James very offended. James was very furious. No one had ever spoken to him like that.
Oh! Well, I'll show him. We'll get to the docks in half of the time.
James and Casey Jr. backed down into the train, and they both started off. James and Casey Jr. made it to the docks 2 minutes early. Salty was waiting for them.
Ahoy, me hearties! Wasn't expecting the both of you today. What do you both have for me there? Smelly fish fans, smelly fish fans. Oh, great! Just shove them over there. Porter will get your train ready any minute.
James and Casey Jr. did what they were told, and then shunted their train into a siding, and Porter was the waiting for them.
Here you both go. I'd take care if I were both of you.
I know how to handle trucks, thank you very much.
And James angrily puffed out of the docks, pushing Casey Jr. in the process. James and Casey Jr. were approaching a red signal, but as they slowed down, the trucks had a wicked plan. They bit the two engines, pushing them past the signal. They raced along the line, trying to stop.
What the? There's a runaway coming. Right, got it? We'll send them onto the old pier rail. Wait, what? No, there's an engine.
But the signalman hung up after Ralph could finish his sentence. The two engines were rushing along the line, when suddenly, they felt their wheels move onto one side. James and Casey Jr. had landed on a shallow part of the water, resting on a small group of rocks. They looked around. 3 other vans had followed them into the sea, with the 4th one hanging dangerously over the pier. Hang tight you two, I'll go get help. And with that, James' driver walked away to a signal box. The smell of fish hung in the air. The two engines felt very bored. They could feel fish playing in between their spokes. James felt very disappointed. Then after a few minutes had passed, the two engines heard a familiar whistle.
Ah, hello James. Having a swim, are we? That will never do. But mind you, you and your friend are a good catch of the day though. Ha ha ha.
Oh, ha ha, very funny. Laugh it up, why don't you? Just get me out of here, please.
Actually, for your punishment, the Fat Controller said one of you are supposed to stay there for a while.
Wait, no! Arthur, please! I'm sorry for being rude. Please get me out.
Is that the apology you were looking for, Arthur?
Yes, sir. Of course it was.
Oh, ha, ha, hardy, ha. Not cool, Arthur. Not cool.
And neither is your attitude, James. In fact, maybe I should leave one of you in there. It might finally teach you a lesson of some sorts, but it would mean more money for your repairs when you get pulled out.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Well, maybe you can think about how sorry you are while you are working with Whiff and Scruff at the waste dump for the rest of this week.
Oh, yes, sir.
With that, the fat controller sternly turned away and walked back to Arthur's cab.
Don't worry, you two. Alice is coming with a breakdown train to get you both out.
And Arthur puffed away with the unhurt trucks, leaving James very disappointed in himself. Later that evening, the two engines were pulled out of the water and were being looked over. Just then, Arthur arrived to cool off for the night.
Arthur, I'm sorry for being rude to you today. I hope we can still be friends. And I'm sorry for pushing you around, Casey Jr.
Hey, it's okay, James. We're still best friends. Even if we get mad, we'll still be best friends to the end.
See, Junior's right, James. After all, you don't think one little incident is enough to ruin a friendship, would you? Ha 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 ha.
Aha! Aha!
And James smiled at his two friends, happy that the friendship ring was together.
Can you guess who this is? Keep guessing. It's Thomas and Rocky.
Hello, James. Welcome.
Ha! Thanks for coming to help.
What is it you want me to do?
Well, you're just in time for pickup duties. We need you to pick up every truckload of garbage around the island.
Alright, let's just get this done. I just don't want to be here, that's all.
Dude, James! Something tells me you might want to move.
Oh, bother.
Looks like you'll be fitting well here, James. Ha 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 ha.
Aha! Aha! Yeah, that's not funny.